Oh. Hala? They are connected?
Yeah, there's a chain. There's a chain to what's going on.
But
This is invisible.
oh really?
This is how I cut carbs. You're so funny. Did you see her cutting carbs? Her vegetables.
Very cheesy.
Hello? Ano na CCP?
Dito kami sa San Antonio. Naggala-gala. What?
You want to push me?
But you cannot swim here, right?
Huh?
You cannot swim. Oh my god, it scared me. Shit!
It's not real.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh, that's it.
needed to hear. Recording. Start it.
Oh my.
Opened up in 2013, is named after former Texas Governor Briscoe and his wife, Jamie. Inside the Briscoe, you can find Santa Anna's ceremonial swords, Pancho Villa's last known saddle, as well as a refurbished stagecoach. Before it was the Briscoe, it was the Hertzberg Circus Museum, and before that, it was the San Antonio Public Library. If you look at the building, you can cut this, and it's the main reason why I asked everybody to please remain seated. We all know nothing good comes of hitting your head on a sharp edge, right? This is the Rosetta Truck. There's only 10 of these in the United States, 5 of them were here in San Antonio. These bridges were built in the late 1800s in Berlin.
Let me see.
Connecticut. Over here on my right-hand side, we have Marriage Island. Marriage Island is called this because of the heart-shaped roots of the tree make. We perform over 300 weddings a year on this little island. The sculpture on the island is called Father Matinee's Table. It was done by Rolando Briseño in 1991 to commemorate Father Damien Matinee's first Catholic mass here on the river in 1691.
Yes.
Alright, we're now entering into Old Mills Crossing. Old Mills Crossing was a popular spot in the 1800s for settlers to cross the river because of its low water and hard-packed soil. They'd also stop and water their horses here while they made use of the mill that used to be where the Westin is now located over here on my right-hand side. Inside the Westin, you can actually find artifacts from the 1700s on display in their lobby and restaurant. Over here on my left-hand side, this tall building with the U.S. flag on top is the Tower Light Building. The Tower Light Building was built in 1929 by the Young Brothers, and at the time was called the Smith & Young Building. The Young Brothers were very superstitious, so they placed gargoyles along the top and grotesques at the bottom to help ward off evil spirits and bad business. Of course, that didn't go so well because later that year, the stock market crashed and the Great Depression began. They spent $3 million building this building and ended up selling it for 10 cents on the dollar. If you look directly ahead of us, you'll see that red building with the green roof. That is the Fairmont has their offices here. And here at number level, we have one of our two marinas that we store some of our 43 boats in. As we go past the entrance to the marina, you can kind of peek inside and check it out. It's not very clean in there. Not a lot going on. So, I'm going to honk my horn. I know some people don't do some loud noises, so I like to say not that loud anyways, right? As this is like cross-shaft and we're coming out. Not that new, but the driver's not drunk to cutting hair, right? Hey, over here on my left-hand side, we have the jury unit suite. The jury unit suite was previously the City Public Service Building that opened up in 1921. When the jury got a hold of the property, they remodeled the building back to its original 1920 appearance. City Public Service here in San Antonio is our electric company. Hey, over here on my right-hand side, this big brown building at street level is the Aztec Theater. The Aztec Theater was built in 1926 as a silent theater. Today it still hosts a venue for rock concerts as well as other social gatherings. And here at River Level we have another floating dock. This is our Aztec floating location. You can purchase tickets for the tour down the hallway that runs underneath the Aztec Theater. Alright, this little footbridge up ahead here is called the Robert Husband Bridge, dedicated to the father of our Riverwalk, Robert Husband. But it's commonly referred to as Selena's Bridge because it was featured in the movie Selena starring Jennifer Lopez in 1997. Over here on my right-hand side, this white building with the arch windows is the Matinee Hotel. The Matinee Hotel was previously the Alpine Saddlery Company that opened up in 1901 here on the river. They saddled Teddy Roosevelt and Rough Riders, Pancho Villa, as well as the U.S., French, and British forces during World War I, and quickly made it the world's largest saddlery company by 1918. Right here on my left-hand side, we have Alright, as we come out from underneath this bridge, you're going to look up to my left-hand side and see what looks to be like a freestanding wall. Ready? And we got it. And look up to my left. All the way up towards the sky on my left-hand side here. This is an optical illusion. This is the Nick Hospital. The Nick Hospital opened up in 1930. Was the first fully air-conditioned, full-service hospital in the United States. Joe Burnett and Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North were both born here, and up until September of 2019, it still functioned as a hospital. But from my understanding, they're going to be turning it into a hotel, which is going to be really interesting considering that it was a hospital for nearly 100 years. So in my mind, I'm thinking definitely haunted. Pretty fun place to stay though, right? Are we first in line? I'll take one for the team. Sounds like a good invention. I feel like you're actually ahead of us. This white building here is the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Right over here on my right-hand side, this pinkish colored building here is the Casino Club building. The Casino Club building was built in 1927 as a social club for German immigrants, which is the actual true meaning of casino, is a social gathering. We've never used the casino as what we
I will jump
casino today for
sleep.
but only as a place of social gathering. So the 1940s, Thomas Gilchrist from Tulsa, Oklahoma purchased the property and used it to store his Western art collection. When he went back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, he took his Western art collection with him and left the building empty for many years. In the 1970s, it was converted into apartments, and now it's being used to also rent to out of here. And over here on my right-hand side, this white building with the fire escape is the Clipper building. The Clipper building was previously the Riverside building that opened up in the late 1800s. When it reopened as the Clipper building in 1941, Robert Husband placed his offices at River Level of the building to prove to other businesses that it was safe to have their business on the Riverwalk without fear of flooding. Right. Robert Husband was very instrumental in the development of the Riverwalk, and without him, we would not have it today. There's actually a bust of Robert Husband here on my right-hand side next to the Commerce Street Bridge. Has a little more historical information about him if you're interested. Unfortunately, it's a little too much information for my tour. I honestly don't think I can talk that fast. And if I could, you probably could have joined me later. But this is the way to do it. Alright, also on my right-hand side, we have Rio. Rio is the oldest restaurant on the Riverwalk. It opened up in 1946, started off almost as a little shack over there next to Market Street Bridge, and has grown and expanded over the years into what they are now. This whole building here is Rio. Rio is family owned and operated and has been since the day they opened in 1946, which is almost unheard of here in San Antonio. They must be doing something right. As you know, they have really different. They're actually self-contained for people raised by the Western area. And this part of the grass is turned into is the man-made. This is the river, the second part of the river that is man-made. It was built in 1968. Before the war was there.
Big waves.
Went back and forth between the fairground and the hotel. This part of the river is only about 3 to 14 feet and has a cement bottom. If you look ahead of us, just to my left, we see the Marriott River Center. The Marriott River Center was built in 1988 and sits on the previous site of the Fairmont Hotel. The Fairmont Hotel had been built in 1906 and was designated as a historic landmark. They could not tear it down. Instead, they moved it to the corner of South Alamo and Elizabeth Street across the Robbie. This took about 6 days, and it made it into the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest building move through City Street on Utah Fire. Over here on my right-hand side, we have the Tower of America. The Tower of America was built in 1988 as a theme to the World's Fair. At 750 feet high, at the time it was the tallest freestanding observation deck in the United States. It lost that title though in 1996 when they opened up the stratosphere in Las Vegas. There's 952 stairs inside the Tower of America. Takes about 15 minutes to climb if you're in good health. And our record stands at 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Not sure if that person made it right now. But if you're not interested in taking the stairs, you can always take the elevator. Nobody will take any lessons. At this next part of the river we're entering into is the mall extension of the river. It wasn't built until 68,000 square feet across, over 100 retailers, 6 restaurants on the Riverwalk as well, looking for inside, and 2 movie theaters, the AMC and the IMAX. The IMAX currently holds the record for longest featured film. Alamo, The Price of Freedom, has been featured as the IMAX for over 30 years. So they will be catching up the last 3 years. Evidence will continue to put down long it's probably Alamo, The Price of Freedom. I thought when I was 9 when it first came out, when I was a kid, it was kind of mandatory. If you came to visit the city, you had to see the movie. It's actually a really good movie, pretty historically accurate. So if you're in the middle of the Alamo, I highly recommend to go check it out. Like this, I remember going around right here. We put our Christmas tree up on this island every November while the plants are at. And right after Thanksgiving, Santa Claus makes us stage here. We also host different types of band competitions throughout the year for high school as well as for colleges. Sometimes they'll come and perform up on that stage before they compete. Turning and stop, and then cut over here and stack like Lego. When they first started stacking the rooms, they were stacking about 4 to 5 a day. By the time they completed construction, they had been stacking 35 rooms a day. All they had to do was connect the water and electricity, and the building was ready to go. They actually...
Kinain nila yung tira. Gutom. That's...
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, your ears so blue. I can't forget the